Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to race number 2 of Season 3 of the NAPRA Holley HP Cup Series. It is the Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500 from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. 82 laps of the distance today. And our starting lineup is J.R. Tellier on the pole in the Lowe's Chevrolet. To his outside, Johnny Gardner in the Interstate Batteries Chevrolet. Next row down, we have, J.D. Scott, Rookie of the Year contender in the Arctic Toyota. And to his outside, we have L.J. Toledo, another rookie contender in the Nationwide Chevrolet. Next row down, sorry about that, is J.T. Bryant in the Pennzoil Shell Ford. And to his outside, in the Cale Yarborough Retro Hardy Ford, rookie contender Matt Johnson. Next row down, in the Veterans of Foreign Wars Lincoln, number 39, that's Keith Batson. And to his outside is Paul Minnick, another rookie contender in the Advocare Ford. Next row down has Kyle Matthews in the Kings Island Chevy. To his outside, Becca Tellier in the Pepsi Ford. Next down, we have Bob Sire in the Army Impala. To his outside in the Geico Dodge, it's NNSCRA President Seth Cole. On the next row, we have Jason Haywood in the Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey Ford. To his outside in the Johnny Benson Retro Cheerios scheme, and that's Daniel Voiles. Next, we have Emmanuel Hartnett in the Zest Ford, and to his outside, Ian Dutta in the Can-Am Ford. In the Haas Automation Ford, next we have Carson Scott, and to his outside in the M&M's Toyota, Philip Goldberg. Next row consists of Denver Matchett in the Captain Crunch Impala, and to his outside in the Pitch Black Nissan, that's Jordan Anderson. Next we have Quentin Moore in the Morgan Shepherd 50-year Tribute Impala, and to his outside is going to be Jonathan Fitzwater in the Snickers Ford. Next we have, Tyler Lyman in the Dixon Pencils Ford, and to his outside the Daytona 500 winner Joshua Sim in the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac, the retro Jimmy Means paint scheme. And the next row consists of rookie contender Chris Dollarton in the Liberty University Whataburger Buick, the only Buick in the field, and Andrew Davis in the National Guard Toyota. Next we have rookie Charles Sanford in the RS Modems Toyota, and to his outside is going to be Kat Tellier in the Aussie Hair Products Lincoln. Then we have Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the Wilson Security Dodge, and to his outside, O'Neill Balvin in the Miracle Grow Dodge. Next we have rookie contender Garrett Sidnar in the Reddit Chevrolet, and also another rookie contender, teammates on this row for AS Racing, and that's John Arndt in the Zaxby's Impala. Next we have rookie contender, again, Robert Kubat in the Pennsylvania Lottery Chevy. To his outside, Jeff Toledo in the retro Darrell Waltrip scheme Tide Chevrolet. Next row down features Dylan Poteet in the Miller Lite Ford, and to his outside is going to be Chelsea Bowles in the Viva Vantage Chevrolet. Then we have another rookie contender, Kyle Lynch in the Office Depot Chevrolet, and to his outside, Devin Becker in the Haas Automation Monster Energy Ford. Next, we have rookie Joshua Sakuli in the Advanced Auto Parts Ford Taurus. And to his outside, another rookie, and that's Daniel Olson in the Super 8 Motels Ford. And rounding out the field, we have Randy Claflin in the Red Robin Burgers Ford, and rookie Ethan Sale in the Dustus Blasting Toyota. Now let's go and get the call to start engines.
Drivers, start your engine!
A pretty enthusiastic call given there for the start of engines. And the field starts to roll off of pit road under the tow of that beautiful black C7 Corvette pace car. I believe that's actually a C8, but don't quote me on it. Looks like the whole field did roll off without any difficulties. Again, 82 laps the distance. Will accidents play a factor? Will pit stops play a factor? We'll have to stay tuned and find out. A pair of Chevys on the front row, followed by a Toyota, a Chevy, 2 Fords, a Lincoln, and another Ford. So pretty decent diversity there. Excuse me. As they come into turn 4, we're going to reach up and pull those belts tight one more time. The pace car is going to make that hard left turn onto pit road, which it does. And the field will be under the tow of J.R. Tellier and Johnny Gardner. And the green is out, and the Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500 is underway. J.R. Tellier and Johnny Gardner fighting into turn 1 to see who's going to get that early advantage, and it looks like it's going to be J.R. Tellier. But J.D. Scott, Rookie of the Year contender, looks to the inside. He wants the lead in the Arctic Toyota. And let's see who led the lap. It was J.D. Scott by 1/1000th of a second. And now J.T. Bryant looks to the inside. He wants the race lead. And along with him comes Keith Batson in the VFW Lincoln. But it looks like J.D. Scott led that lap as well, and he did. Now it's 3 wide for the lead. Got Batson, Bryant, and J.D. Scott. J.T. Bryant will lead that lap. .020 miles per hour on that lap. That's some serious speed getting around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The top 4 are now consisting of Bryant, Batson, Matthews, and Sire, trying to get a little bit of a breakaway going as everybody else is racing side by side. Batson peeking to the inside. He wants that lead. Zachary Fitzwater's lagged way behind. I wonder what happened with him. As we look at Keith Batson in the VFW Lincoln. But he did not lead the lap. J.T. Bryant did. Now Bob Sire is going to take it 3 wide. He wants to lead in the Army Impala. Trying to gain some redemption from that nasty crash he had at Daytona. And Batson's going to get the lead. KAB Racing Enterprises right now first and third with Batson and Haywood. Haywood looking to the inside of Sire for second. But in the meantime, we're going to go back and see exactly what happened to Zachary Fitzwater. He is way behind, and I'm kind of curious as to whether it was a beginning of the race mechanical issue or what. Doesn't appear that he spun. No, he had some type of issue right on the pace lap. I would say maybe a tire issue. Because you see him come off of turn 4. He makes the first lap. And it looks like he's going to drop. Yeah, he drops right down to the inside. Some kind of an issue on the Wilson Security Charger. What that was, I don't know. Let's see when he gets around to pit road. I would say he had a tire issue. That would be my guess. There we go. Yeah, I would say it was a tire issue on the Wilson Security Charger. Let's see, did they change 2 or 4? He must have had a right side tire going down. As we go back to the live feed, and we're going to head back up front. And Batson still continues to lead. But as you can see, they are rapidly approaching the Wilson Security Charger of Fitzwater. We're going to go on the roof cam of the VFW Lincoln. And you can see right out there in front is Zachary Fitzwater. I believe he's already at least 1 lap down, and he may be 2. He's 1 lap down, and the rate this field is approaching him, he's going to be 2. Let's see who the fastest lap of the race has been run by. And that would be Devin Becker at 423 miles per hour. And we see Emmanuel Hartnett looking to the inside as he goes for the lead. And he will take it. So, move Emmanuel Hartnett to the front. Tyler Lyman looks to the inside for second. And how is Zachary Fitzwater going to play into this, as they're right on top of him now? They come out of 4 into the dogleg. And they are fast approaching that Wilson Security Charger. Is it going to be the outside line that gets held up, the inside line that gets held up? Time will tell, as they're 3 wide back there for 5th. And Lyman's going to make a move on Hartnett for the lead. How is this going to play out? Ford's running 1st through 6th, excuse me. Daytona was dominant for GM. Let's see if Atlanta will be dominant for Ford. It's Hartnett within a couple of car lengths now of Fitzwater. Lyman's going to look to the inside. He wants the lead. But again, Fitzwater is most definitely going to play a factor in how this whole battle is going to work out. Because if he holds up the low line, they'll go high, and the high line will take over. If he holds up the high line, the low line will take the position over. They're right on the rear bumper now. Let's keep an eye on this and see what happens. They're within a car length now. Joshua Sim looks like he must have had some kind of difficulty because he's down to the inside, the Daytona 500 winner. We'll check on his issue here in a moment. Let's see what happened to Joshua Sim. Well, he was at the back of the field. I would say more than likely it was probably a tire issue, as you saw him come onto pit road and they did change right side tires on the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. But let's go back to Emmanuel Hartnett. Still not able to bypass Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and put him a second lap down. Although it looks like that may happen at any moment. I guess we're going to find out sooner as opposed to later, but as they come onto the backstretch and we've got the first 7 or 8 cars all in a single line. Lyman looks to the inside. He wants the lead. But I don't think he's going to get it. I think Hartnett, will have the momentum. Lyman again looks to the inside. Can't get the pass done. Whichever line Fitzwater ends up holding up, although he's going to get out a little ways because they're racing side by side, but as I said, whichever line he holds up is going to, the other line is going to end up having the advantage. And pit stops are occurring. On lap 30, we have all of the cars coming to pit road. A couple of them have pitted earlier than that. As you can see, Chelsea Bowles coming off pit road, Jonathan Fitzwater coming off pit road. There are some cars on pit road. Jordan Anderson comes off. Looks like Tyler Lyman won the race off pit road. Let's see how the field shakes out. Right now, Dylan Poteet shown as the leader. Let's see where Tyler Lyman slots in. He slots into 5th position. But you can see Poteet and John Art, Devin Becker, Kyle Lynch all coming off of pit road there. So I believe once everything circulates around, Tyler Lyman's going to be shown as the leader. And sure enough, Tyler Lyman, your leader. Your top 10 is now Tyler Lyman, Andrew Davis, Emmanuel Hartnett, Charles Sanford, Jonathan Fitzwater, Dylan Poteet, Paul Minnick, Ian Dutta, Johnny Gardner, and Keith Batson. And right back on the tail of that Wilson Security Charger, as we're going to go back through the field, just so you can see where you're running. And Lyman to the inside of Fitzwater. This is where that's going to play a factor right here. Can he get to the inside and get the pass completed? Then you see rookie Joshua Sim a little bit further up, the Daytona 500 winner. He's definitely not having the best of days. Lyman, Davis going to the inside. And Tyler Lyman successfully negotiates the pass on Fitzwater, who slots in right in front of Andrew Davis. Fitzwater now moves to the outside. Andrew Davis going to look to the inside and try to get by. And now they're right on the back bumper of the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. Can Lyman successfully negotiate that pass? as we'll be coming to halfway home. 41 will be down, 41 to go. And 2 more laps will be the halfway point. Lyman looking to the inside. Fitzwater went with Sims, so that kind of helped the leaders. But Sanford gets held up by Fitzwater. He gets down to the inside successfully. Thought he was going to get held up there. But Hartnett does get held up, and that allows Jonathan Fitzwater to look to the inside. Top 3 with a little bit of a breakaway there. And that's what they want, is for those cars behind them to have to battle with those lap cars so they can kind of get away. Maybe try to settle this between the 3 of them. As we have 2 rookies and a veteran. Charles Sanford looking to the inside of Andrew Davis. He wants the second place position to get up there and battle for the lead with Tyler Lyman, excuse me. Rookies making a good accounting for themselves so far this season. Joshua Sim winning the Daytona 500. Tyler Lyman leading here at Atlanta. Take a quick trip back through the field. Quite a nice little pack of cars here battling with each other. And back to the battle for the lead. Charles Sanford looking to get it from Tyler Lyman, as he takes the RS Toyota to the inside of the Dixon Pencils Ford. Dylan Poteet going to drop down and go with him, as will Fitzwater. Jonathan Fitzwater, that is. And we have a new leader in the RS Toyota, and that would be rookie contender Charles Sanford. Clean and green all race so far, but probably just jinxed that by saying something. Poteet now hot on the bumper of the Aris Toyota. He wants to put that Miller Lite Ford out front. Oh, I heard some tires squealing. Do we have a caution? Doesn't appear so. Did someone spin? I thought I heard somebody, but I could be wrong. As Poteet looks to the inside, he's going for the lead in the Miller Lite Ford. Mountain Dew Cup Series President Dylan Poteet. He wants the lead, and it looks like coming onto the backstretch. Yes, indeed, the Miller Lite Ford out front. Sorry, there isn't a whole lot of commentary going on today, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot going on. The only battles really are for the front positions. Dylan Poteet pulling out to a little bit of a lead as Davis and Sanford battle side by side. Let's see if the fastest lap has changed. It has. Robert Kubat now holds the fastest lap of the race at 207.742. Average speed of the race, 197.735. There's a look at your top 10, top 20, top 30. And your last few positions. Dylan Poteet, as I stated, gets out to a bit of a lead. Not a comfortable lead by any means, but a bit of a lead nonetheless. Pit stops will be occurring probably within the next couple of laps as they pitted around lap 30 the first time. And pit stops are occurring. As you can see, there were some cars who came onto pit road. I would say that Poteet more than likely will come in this time by. No, he stays out. He's pushing that Miller Lite Ford, bringing every gallon he can out of that fuel cell. As he's about to pass Seth Cole as Cole comes off of pit road. And the Miller Lite Ford gears down, and he will come onto pit road this time. And it looks like somebody has blown up. Is that Ian Dutta? Let's look. Yes, the 32 car up in smoke as Ian Dutta has, I believe, blown a motor. The Miller Lite Ford down and away. Let's see who the leader is now. Oh, Ian Dutta burn a piston, running fourth at the time. Kyle Lynch, the rookie, has taken the lead. Now it's Philip Goldberg being shown as the leader. But as they come around, we'll be able to get a more accurate representation of who is in which position. And it would be Philip Goldberg, who is being shown as the current leader. So let's go catch up with the M&M's Toyota as he comes off of pit road. He stayed out a bit longer than most as well, I would say. Kyle Lynch right in front of him, merging back up into traffic as well. As they come around, let's see who is shown as the leader this time by. That would be rookie Tyler Lyman. Now that all of the pit stops have cycled through. And the top three back to Lyman, Sanford, and Davis. Your top 10 right now. Fourth is Hartnett, fifth Poteet, sixth Jonathan Fitzwater, seventh rookie Paul Minnick, eighth another rookie Jordan Anderson, ninth Chris Dollerton, and 10th Daniel Olson, And we'll take a trip back through the field. '11th is Becker, 12th is J.R. Tellier. '13th is John Arndt, 14th Kyle Matthews, 15th Kat Tellier, 16th Robert Kubat, 17th Becca Tellier, 18th Chelsea Bowles, 19th Seth Cole, 20th Joshua Sekuli, 21st Keith Batson, 22nd Kyle Lynch, 23rd Randy Claflin, 24th Philip Goldberg, 25th Jason Haywood, 26th O'Neill Baldwin, 27th Jeff Toledo, 28th Matt Johnson, 29th is Garrett Sidnor, 30th Bob Sire, 31st LJ Toledo, 32nd Quentin Moore, 33rd Johnny Gardner, 34th is Daniel Voiles, 35th is JD Scott, 36th Denver Matchett, who is about to go a lap down to Tyler Lyman. And the last two cars, it looks like JT Bryant, Carson Scott have gone a lap down. Oh, Carson Scott out with a broken camshaft. JT Bryant has gone a lap down. Then we have 2 laps down is Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 2 laps down is the Daytona 500 winner, Joshua Sim. And then out of the race, he ended up with a burnt piston and rookie Ethan Sale, who ran out of fuel. About 2 more laps, we'll get 10 laps to go. Very quick race here today because it's been clean and green, no cautions. But it looks like the battle for the win is going to be between these 5 cars. Lyman, Sanford, Davis, Hartnett, and Poteet. As Lyman's trying to get by and put the Captain Crunch Impala of Denver Matchett a lap down. Oh, and Matchett drops down in front. Blocks the leader, Tyler Lyman. He's not so ready to go a lap down yet. Then we go 3 wide between Sanford, Davis, and Poteet. Matchett continues to hold up the leader. Now Poteet's going to look to the inside. And Matchett drops down and now holds up Poteet. But looks like Poteet's going to lead this lap. Does he? He does. Poteet now the new leader. Now we're looking at a 3 wide. As Lyman thought about going to the inside of both Matchett and Poteet, but luckily did not happen that way. Five laps to go. Will Poteet win it? Lyman, Hartnett, Sanford, Davis. Those 5 cars are going to decide who's going to win this race. And there is an onboard camera with our leader, Dylan Poteet. So let's go inside the Miller Lite Ford. As he crosses the line, that's 3 laps to go, and let's crank it up. Out of turn 4 and across the line, Dylan Poteet gets the signal. 2 laps to go. White flag this time by. And we'll now go on the roof cam of the Miller Lite Ford. As he exits the backstretch, comes into turn 4. You'll see the starter wave the white flag over the roof of the Miller Lite Fusion. And there it is. You see the white flag. 1 lap to go. Out of turn 4, Tyler Lyman looking for it, but not going to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Poteet's going to win the Folds of Honor QuikTrip 500 at Atlanta. Dylan Poteet with the win. Tyler Lyman finishes 2nd. Emmanuel Hartnett 3rd. Andrew Davis 4th. Charles Sanford 5th. Jonathan Fitzwater 6th. Pole sitter J.R. Tellier 7th. Paul Minnick 8th. 9th is Devin Becker. And Daniel Olson rounds out the top 10. Chris Dollerton comes home in 11th. Jordan Anderson 12th. John Arndt 13th. Cat Tellier 14th. Kyle Matthews 15th, Robert Kubat 16th, Chelsea Bowles 17th, Josh Sekuli 18th, 19th was Kyle Lynch, 20th Becca Tellier, 21st Seth Cole, 22nd Philip Goldberg, 23rd Keith Batson, 24th Randy Claflin, 25th Jeff Toledo, 26th Matt Johnson, 27th Jason Haywood. O'Neill Baldwin finishes 28th. 29th was Garrett Sidnor. LJ Toledo comes home 30th. Johnny Gardner 31st. Quentin Moore 32nd. Bob Sire 33rd. Daniel Voiles 34th. And J.D. Scott, last car on the lead lap, in 35th. Denver Matchett finishes 1 lap down in 36th. J.T. Bryant 1 lap down 37th. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 38th, 2 laps down. Daytona 500 winner Joshua Sim finishes 39th, 2 laps off the pace. 40th with a broken camshaft was Carson Scott. 41st with a burnt piston was Ian Dutta. And out of gas and finishing dead last is rookie Ethan Sale. Now let's get a look at your point standings. As you see, Dylan Poteet celebrates in victory lane. And your point standings now read: Emmanuel Hartnett with a 46-point lead over Dylan Poteet. Tyler Lyman, 3rd. J.R. Tellier, 4th. Andrew Davis, 5th. Robert Kubat, 6th. Paul Minnick, 7th. Jonathan Fitzwater, 8th. Jason Haywood, 9th. Jeff Toledo, 10th. Cat Tellier, 11th. Joshua Sim, 12th. 13th is Devin Becker, 14th O'Neill Baldwin, 15th Charles Sanford, 16th Keith Batson, 17th Matt Johnson, 18th Zachary Fitzwater Sr., 19th Carson Scott, and rounding out the top 20 in the points, Ian Dutta. '21st is Chris Dollerton, 22nd Daniel Olson, 23rd Chelsea Bowles, 24th Seth Cole, 25th Joshua Sekuli, 26th Denver Matchett, 27th Jordan Anderson, 28th Ethan Sale, 29th Daniel Voiles, 30th Garrett Sidnor, 31st John Arndt, 32nd Kyle Matthews, 33rd Randy Claflin, 34th Kyle Lynch, 35th Becca Tellier, 36th Quentin Moore, 37th J.D. Scott, 38th L.J. Toledo, 39th Philip Goldberg, 40th Johnny Gardner, and rounding out your point standings are J.T. Bryant in 41st and Bob Sire in 42nd. Our next race is the Cobalt Tools 400 from Las Vegas. Don't